Last night I was called a horse-faced woman by a woman who claims to be a girl's girl and all about the sisterhood. Now take a wild guess of the race of the woman who said that. Just take a wild guess. And if you haven't guessed, if you don't know, I'll tell you. It was a black woman. A black woman who claims to be all about the sisterhood, all about being a girl's girl, who doesn't like me, right? Because I degrade black women. So instead, what do they do? When they don't agree with you, they throw insults, they come for your looks, and the main thing is that they try to get other women to get on the same hate train as them. And that is what I don't like. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? The women who claim to not like me and disagree with my stance, they don't like the truth. That's the bottom line, right? That is the bottom line of it. But what they do is they try to paint a narrative about you to get other women to get on that same bandwagon, right? So when you call them out and say, hey, see for yourself, make your own judgment, come to your own conclusion if you like my content or not. But if you listen to this woman who's painting this picture about me, you're going to not like me. Like, duh, you're saying that I condone cheating, I degrade women, I disrespect women. Who's going to not agree? But if you do enough research for yourself and hear for yourself, I'm sure you'll hear different. I care so much about black women that I'm calling this stuff out to bring awareness to us, because a lot of people are just, I don't know if they're just blind to what's really happening. But when we talk about how black women are treated, how we're disrespected, how nobody cares about us, I want us to be aware that we are putting ourselves in a lot of the positions that we're in. The way that people view us, it's because of how we behave. The way that we treat each other, that's not okay, right? So because of my stance, I then am a horse-faced woman because you don't agree. And that's a problem. And that's why I teach young girls that you can agree or disagree. But coming for somebody's looks and integrity and attacking them is a whole different ballpark. But that is the unfortunate reality of how we fight. We fight dirty and we don't have anything of substance to say.
So I recently learned about this content creator, I Am Just a Girl. And while I haven't done a deep dive on her content yet, I 100% resonate with everything that she said. Let me tell y'all, the sisterhood is paper thin. The quote unquote sisterhood breaks apart as soon as there is even the smallest iota of constructive criticism. Completely breaks apart. My therapist, she called it the mean girl syndrome, right? It's where a woman gets triggered and then all of a sudden she starts just whatever she can do to just tear down, degrade, make you feel horrible about yourself, make you feel like you're the scum of the earth. Nothing is off limits. Mean girl syndrome. It's literally like a term for it, right? Now, here's the thing. I am not a person that believes that it's possible for 100% of people to agree. Look, I love my husband. I don't agree with him 100% of the time. And look, there's things that I say that I go back and review later and I don't agree with. And so people are changing, evolving. People are coming from their perspective, their limited point of view, sometimes coming from a place of trauma, sometimes coming from a place of privilege. And so we all have our different perspectives. And so I thoroughly believe that you don't necessarily have to agree with everybody, but you can still respect people. There are content creators here, women in this space, that I don't agree with, right? I recently did a video about Pink Pill. I don't agree with most of what she says, but that doesn't mean I hate her. The divester content, I will probably never ever agree with women who I feel like just worship white men. But that doesn't mean that I don't treat them with the basic respect of a human. There's content creators I disagreed with. Paris Milan, I've done a live about her. Or talk with Yanni. There's certain things that she said that I didn't agree with. So it's like, it's possible for you to disagree with people. That happens all the time. There are best friends that disagree. There are married couples who disagree, right? There are friends that disagree. So it is possible to disagree while still treating somebody in a way that's agreeable, while still treating somebody with the basic respect that they are a human being, that they are created in God's image, whether they're acting like it or not. And for that very reason, I can respect them. And so I think that is something that some lovely ladies out there just do not know how to operate under. I also think that because some of us really did not grow up in a structured home, maybe we didn't have a lot of parental insight or a lot of parental, or quite frankly, a lot of discipline, we're not used to constructive criticism. We don't understand, we can't distinguish between a person correcting you from a place of love to degradation. Like we confuse the two. We think that anytime somebody says something constructive, it's as if they're saying that you are bad or that you are a horrible person or that you are not worthless. And it's not true. They don't understand that a person can fully love you and see value in you. And because they love you and see value in you, they're going to tell you that your breath stink or your hair looks bad, right? Or that weave isn't working, or you can do better, or whatever, right? Like they're going to tell you the truth because they love you and because they see that you have so much potential. But I think sometimes because, the whole family structure is broken down, and unfortunately you got kids raising kids, you got mamas out there who are treating their daughters sometimes like they're their competition or like their sister or their friend. And so there's not that comfort with the constructive criticism and the healthy criticism or the healthy discipline that everybody needs to a certain extent in order to grow. And so I think some women are just quite frankly not used to the love that comes with discipline. They maybe are used to the more maternal side of love, which is I'm going to love you no matter what, right? The girl, you just do whatever. You can sleep around. You can have 15 STDs. You can treat yourself like a garbage can, girl. You cannot work. You can be lazy and never take a shower and I'm still going to love you, right? They're used to that kind of like, I'm going to love you whatever kind of love that women are generally known for giving, right? But the paternal kind of love, which says, look, I love you so much that you're going to get off your behind and take a shower. Okay, I love you so much that you're going to go to work because I know you have the potential to be a productive human being. Like that kind of love, they don't understand. And so I think we're running into this. Again, one of the downsides of growing up without fathers in the home. Love comes in different forms. There is an affirming acceptance to love that we all need. There's also an aspect of love that calls you to the carpet and encourages you to do better. And so that's the kind of love that I think is missing, the kind of love that holds the line and holds the standard and says, hey, you're living beneath your potential. I'm not going to sit here and encourage you and your sin down the path of destruction. I think that kind of love people are not used to. But it's the kind of love that a lot of us need. And also, to be fair, I do think that you have to earn the right to really speak into somebody's life. Like, look, just a random person going online talking about you need to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. Like, it's not going to work. I understand that listening to social media head isn't necessarily like true accountability. True accountability really comes to a certain extent within the context of community. But there does have to be a starting point. And I think that starting point is recognizing that it is okay to agree to disagree. And it is also okay to completely have different ideologies of another human being and respect them for no other reason than because they are a human being and because they're made in God's image. And also recognize that, look, there's likely things that you may say that you yourself may look back and disagree upon. That's happened to me personally. But it is possible to respect and love one another, even if you do not agree. But anyways, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.